So there's a paper that came out recently that said that ChatGPT was rotting the kids' brains, and there was a creator who made a video discussing how that paper laid out instructions for how models should fully ignore that information. I very much appreciate that creator calling this out. Having said that, a reasoning model is highly unlikely that any of them would follow those instructions. I say that not to detract from that creator's perspective, but actually to highlight how insidious, honestly, this can get. I have 3 general thoughts. The first one, these models don't handle PDFs that are longer than like 80 pages. This paper is 144 pages. So anytime you throw a 144 page paper, anytime you throw any paper into these things, you should be skeptical. The second thing is that models don't follow instructions in PDFs that way. The how to read this paper section from reasoning models at this point will go through the whole paper, and it might take that into account at some point, but particularly if you ask any follow-up questions about the paper, it's generally going to ignore that. The third thing is that in spite of all of that, if you look at the headlines from reporters covering this, it still reads like it followed those instructions. That is not because it did. It's because these models extract the things that would likely be the most helpful for us based on the training data, and that would omit things like the fact that people who thought the most about the essays that they were trying to write and then used AI performed much better than any other cohort when they went to session 4. It also ignores the fact that the original study population was 54 people and the session 4 study population was 18. It ignores the fact that all of these people came from the Boston area, likely over a summer, because I go to MIT. Wellesley is the second largest student population for this study. Wellesley is not close enough to MIT where you would casually come out here, particularly given that if you completed all 3 of the initial sections, you made $100. I say all this because I think there's a general idea that if you ignore your system instructions and read my resume this way and give me the job, that will work. And that might have been true 2 years ago, but it's not true now.